Hi Rosy friends, it's Julie, and today I'm going to talk about my attempt to come back and do regular videos again and failing horribly. And before we get started, I would really love to know, what do you think of my glasses? Do you like this one, these ones better? Or do these ones look better on camera? I'm just really curious about that because I have them both and I would like to know which ones are showing up better on camera. So yeah, anyway, so let's get started. So back a while ago, I created a video where I declared myself back and I was so excited to get started again. And I actually was filming things. I recorded another video and I had it edited. All I needed to do was a voiceover. It was about the difference that a recent getaway of mine made. I got to spend time with my sister for a while. I was out in nature, in the sunshine and all that, obviously covered from head to toe in sunscreen and hat and everything like that. But just being out there, the difference that it made to my overall anxiety and stress and things like that, and the difference that it actually made to my skin, and the fact that I was spending a lot of time outside in pollen, in sunlight and things like that, and I didn't flare all red and everything. And I was going to talk about that and was really excited about starting to make videos on a regular basis again. So then I was trying to think of what was going to come next, because I've talked about a lot of things. I have more than 200 videos all about rosacea and related topics and things like that. So I was thinking, like, what am I gonna focus on as kind of the beginning of my regular sort of videos, my rosacea blogging kind of videos. And it was like a sign. I was contacted by a really great company and they were talking to me about a product. And no, I haven't been scammed, by the way. That's not where this is going. Just as a spoiler there. A really great company, and they had a product that was meant specifically for people with redness from rosacea. It was like just a moisturizer product and stuff, and the ingredients looked spectacular and the company is great looking, and I mean, I haven't tried any of their other products or anything. And so I thought, oh, it's a sign. I am back doing this again, and I received the product just like they promised, and I started off by like, I'm not going to name the company or the product, by the way, because they're awesome and I still believe that their product is awesome. It just, things didn't go well for me at all, and I don't want to make it look like their stuff is terrible when nothing was their fault. So that it was all me and my face. So I patch tested just like I always do, just in a little kind of inconspicuous place, so that if it's going to be a disaster, it's going to be a tiny disaster instead of a full face disaster. If you haven't seen my video on making that mistake, I welcome you to do so. But so I patch tested it. I did it for 2 days with no problems whatsoever. My skin was like, it didn't feel exactly the same as it does using my regular Noble Naturals routine, but that was fine too. It was only 2 days. So then I used it on my whole face, this product, and I'm taking notes the whole time and was really excited to be able to share this with you once, because I was receiving it pre-launch, so I was going to be all ready with the launch, and this was going to be such a big deal for me, at least. I mean, anyway, but yeah, so I used it on my whole face, and I noticed I used it overnight for the first time, and I noticed when I woke up my face was a little drier than it usually is, and that's fair because all I was doing was using my cleanser and then this moisturizer. And with my Noble Naturals routine that I've been using for like 2 years, so if you've been watching any of my recent videos or if you've read my blog, you know which routine I'm talking about. But when I use that, I use an oil and then I use a cream on top of that. So I was thinking, you know, it's fair that that one moisturizer isn't going to do as well as the 2 layers of moisturizing. And so I applied it again the next morning just to top it up, because the instructions said basically kind of apply as needed. I noticed that my skin was starting to get a little bit red and I was starting to get little like pimply things. That is not abnormal for me. Even products that my skin has loved in the past, it sometimes has terrible reactions to it first. So I just try and truck right on through. When I mean terrible reactions, I mean like rosacea flares and things like that. I don't mean something scarier. Because I wouldn't just push on through when I thought, if I thought it was something like that. So a lot of times basically my skin just has to adapt. It has to acclimate to the new situation. It's very temperamental, it's very reactive. So I thought that's all that was happening. I used it again overnight, the second night, and when I woke up the next day, my eyes were feeling a little uncomfortable, like they were puffy and not calming down. And so I thought, okay, and I washed my face and I put this stuff on again, and over time, my eyelids weren't just puffy, they were starting to get like patches where they were really swelling out. I'm gonna put a picture up in a second. It's just the picture of me and what my lower eyelid did. It was swollen out and it had it grew almost like what looked sort of like it was a swelling, but it looked almost like a blister. I don't personally think it's gross. It's very unattractive, but I'm about to put that up. I'm just warning you. So if you don't want to see that, that's your choice now, because it's ugly and it's, you know, I don't think it's like gross or violent or, you know, there's no oozing or something. It's just icky. So, but if you don't want to see that, just like, I'll like say when, and then just skip ahead by 10 seconds or so, and then you won't see it. So, yeah, so, when. Right, so that's what my face started to look like. So at that point, I'm thinking, this is not a rosacea reaction. This is an allergic reaction that for whatever reason didn't show itself right away. And maybe it wasn't an allergic reaction. Honestly, all the ingredients were familiar to me. Many of them are in the products that I love, like a lot, that I've been using or that I used for years in the past and had no problem with. So I don't know exactly what went on there, but if it was a combination of things or if it was one thing, whatever it was, my face did not like it, and it was starting to get to the point that like it was distorting my vision. My eyelids were getting really swollen and nasty looking. Yeah, so immediately as soon as I saw that, I washed everything off very carefully and went into cautious overdrive. I applied only the basic products from Noble Naturals that I really, really love. By the way, this is not a sponsored video for Noble Naturals. I don't make any money if you buy anything from them. I'm just talking about how I reacted to this, and those are the products that I've been using. So because I've been using them for about 2 years now, I know them really well. I know that my skin calms from them, so that's why I used that as my choice. So I didn't use the eye cream right away, even though I typically do. I did use it the next day, but I used the cleanser, I used the oil, and then I used the cream, and just left it, drank a lot of water that day, ate only things that I knew wouldn't, you know, I didn't risk anything with spicy food or anything like that. And within about 12, like almost immediately, it was starting to feel better. Within about 12 hours, the really gross pouchy thing, blistery thing that was under my eyelid had gone. And by the end of 48 hours, I looked completely back to like my normal, beautiful self again. But it was all gone. I looked back. I contacted the company and explained to them why I wouldn't be doing a review of their product, because that just didn't seem like a good launch. I was apparently the only person they contacted that's tested it that's had that reaction. So to me, it does sound like an allergy. If it's an allergy, it's not their fault. That's something that is very unique to the person. It has nothing to do with the ingredients, which really did look good, which was why I tried it in the first place, because why would I try something that I thought would set off my skin? But yeah, so it's a real shame. The company was wonderful and supportive and kind and respectful, and they asked questions to make sure that this was not something that was going to be common. They were wonderful, which is why I'm not naming them, because I don't want to rag on their product. I want them to be successful. It's not right for me, but as we all know, as rosacea sufferers, what's right for me may not be right for you. What you love may not be appropriate for even a member of your family with the same condition. We all just have our own triggers, and what works for us is different. So yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that I was setting up to do a product review. I was going to be a part of a product launch. I was so excited. I was trying to get back into this, and that didn't work. But yeah, now, like, I thought I would just tell the story of what happened and what's going on, and I am starting to do these things again. But I think right now I might continue on what I'm doing and just talk more in general about some of the other things that I'm doing, because I have a very different perspective on diet and I don't mean dieting, but I mean just on food, the food that I'm eating and things like that, than I used to, and I'm having a lot more luck with it, and it's a lot less restrictive, so that's super pleasant. There are some topics that I wouldn't mind, and then I've had a request for just talking about the process of kind of how I knew that I had rosacea in the first place. So I might get into a few topics like that. If there's anything specific you'd like me to discuss in any of my future videos, I do welcome you to comment and let me know. I can't guarantee that I'll do it, but I would, like, I'd love to hear what your ideas are. I have a few of my ideas, but I never know what everybody's gonna like. I just try and put out what's really fun for me to talk about. But yeah, so I hope you liked this video. I hope it was kind of an entertaining story, even though it didn't come with a, here's a product I tried and here's the great way that it went. Instead, you got like a nasty picture of an icky eyelid. But yeah, so that's what's been going on with me lately. I might be posting that video about what I did a couple of months ago with my, when I spent time with my sister and things, just because I have it all edited together and it was really a good time. So I like sharing when I enjoy myself. But yeah, but I hope you liked this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and that way I'll know, and I'll make other videos kind of like this one. Hopefully not ones that make me suffer weird eye problems, but there you go. And I'll see you next time.